struggle with procrastination? Are there some tasks that you know you need to get done in order to succeed? And you know by doing those tasks, that bit of revision, that bit of studying, it will get you closer to your career goals, closer to your university destination or whatever it is you want to do. But it's just so hard to get going. There's so many things pulling your attention away, distracting you and taking you away from that goal. Well, today's video is all about giving you free tips that will help you beat procrastination. Now, if you want to get focused and you want to start achieving your goals, the first tip is to control your environment. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, controlling your environment is so important because if you're surrounded by distractions, maybe it's a TV, a phone, someone who keeps talking to you, someone who keeps wanting your attention or a minute of your time, you're not going to be able to get your work done and you're not going to be able to revise, complete coursework, do homework, whatever it is you need to do to get the top grades possible. Well, by controlling your environment, you can remove those distractions and give yourself the best opportunity possible to get a solid bit of work done, feel good about yourself and make some progress. Now, what could that look like? It could mean removing your phone. It could mean moving to a room where there's no TV. It could be going to a room that's quiet, away from people who may want your attention, and just getting some work done in this new environment. One example I always like to give is with going to the gym. We all know the gym's good for us. We all know it's good for our fitness, our strength goals, our cardiovascular goals, our health goals, fat loss goals, whatever it is, we know the gym is good for you. But it's hard to go. Even though it's good for you and it's enjoyable when you're there, it's hard to get that motivation to get yourself in the gym, especially when you've had a long day at school or work or college and you just want to unwind and relax. But I always say the hardest part is putting your trainers on. Now that is a piece of advice that served me time and time again. So I just think to myself now, if I don't want to go to the gym, just get your trainers on. That's the hardest thing you'll do. And another thing is the hardest rep you will do in a gym is opening the front door of the gym. And it sounds cheesy, but it is true. That's the hardest repetition you do because if you can open the front door of the gym, you've already driven there or got the bus there, got yourself dressed and ready and got yourself in the gym. And then the workout's easy because that's the fun part. That's the bit we all enjoy. Now you might be thinking, Ash, this is an A-level channel, it's a GCSE channel, a BTEC channel. Why are you talking about the gym? Well, in your studies, you have to do hard stuff that you know is good for you, that will get you a long-term result. But in the short term, it may not be the most desirable thing to do. You may want to, watch that episode on Netflix, scroll on Instagram, watch a YouTube video, whatever it is. But we know that getting a solid session of studying done is going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make you feel more confident in your subjects. It's going to prepare you for university or careers, and it's really going to help you. So I always liken it to the gym. Now, another thing about controlling your environment, which is our first tip, is when I need to go to the gym, I get my gym clothes on. So if I'm there, I'm wearing my tracksuit or my trainers or whatever, I've got my drink ready, I'm more likely to get in the car and go to the gym. So if you can just get yourself prepared, you're more likely to succeed. Now, how does that relate to studying? Well, you could lay out your stationery the night before, have your book open on the page you need it to be on, have that worksheet out and ready for you to do your studying. And then the next day, you wake up, you maybe don't feel like you want to do it, but it's there ready for you. And you've already removed a big barrier that may have stopped you from getting started in the first place. So control your environment, guys. If you take one thing away from this video, control that environment. Make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Get those study materials out, get those worksheets out in advance. Don't have another barrier. Don't think, I've got to look through my folder and find the bit of work I need to do, or I've got to go online and find that bit of revision I need to do. Just have it all ready. My next tip, guys, is to start small. Now, if you say to yourself, I'm going to get all of my work for the week done on a Tuesday morning, a Wednesday afternoon, or when I'm in the library after my lessons, you might be setting yourself up to fail. Because what happens if you don't get 3 or 4 hours worth of work done in one go? You might feel bad about yourself, you might feel guilty, and that's totally normal. My advice to you is to start small. Set yourself a small, achievable goal And you might find that that leads to greater success down the line. In fact, I guarantee you it will lead to greater success down the line if you apply it consistently. So what do I mean by that? Well, you might say, I'm just going to complete one past paper question for biology. Okay? I'm going to take myself off to the library or set aside half an hour in the morning and I'm going to do one past paper question. I'm going to look at the corrections and see where I went wrong. That's one small achievable goal. You feel good about yourself for doing it, but here's the beauty of it. You'll probably end up doing more. And that's because once you've actually got your books open, you've got your stationery out and you've actually got started, it's much easier to keep going than it is to get started. So set yourself that small achievable goal. Now it could be, I just want to define one key term. Okay, that's a really small target. It will take you 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But you're probably not just going to stop at one key term if you've already got your books out. So use this psychological trick to get more productivity out of yourself, to get more work done. So I always tell my students, it's not about perfection. Perfection is a myth. It's about progress. If you've done one past paper question that you hadn't done before and you've learned how to get a couple of extra marks in the exam, that's amazing. That's fantastic. And it'll probably lead to you feeling better about yourself, feeling fulfilled, and therefore doing more work. But if you set yourself a massive task and you don't get all of it done, it might lead to you feeling guilty and depressed and, why can't I do it? Other students are doing it. There's other people in my class getting A stars or grade 9s and I'm not. Start small, guys. Trust me, start small. Progress, not perfection. Now, my third tip to beat procrastination is to reward yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're doing GCSEs, BTECs, A-levels, whatever it is, reward yourself for doing that work. Don't make the process of studying and learning a drag. Don't make it a chore. Don't make it more uncomfortable than it needs to be. Learning is supposed to be amazing. I'm a lifelong learner. I absolutely love learning. I love watching YouTube videos or reading books or looking at posts on Instagram or just generally researching a topic and learning more. The more you do it, the more rewarding and enjoyable learning gets. So reward yourself, guys. If you've done a little bit of work, if you've done a poster or a set of flashcards, you've blurted out a task, you've done a mind map, reward yourself for that. Have like a beverage of choice, a snack. It might be a song you like or going for a walk with your headphones in, ringing up a friend and having a chat with them. Make learning rewarding and enjoyable because this isn't a sprint, guys. Learning is something you want to be doing for the rest of your life. And hopefully we're all going to lead long, healthy lives. So we want to be rewarding ourselves. We want to be enjoying learning, looking forward to it. Yes, it's challenging. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Getting the motivation to get up early on a Saturday morning and do some work is hard, okay? But it's rewarding. And it's going to get you to an incredible position when it comes to applying for university or applying for jobs. But also within itself, the actual process of learning is changing your brain. Your brain physically changes as you learn and you level yourself up as a person. So don't make learning a hassle. Don't make it a chore. Give yourselves those little rewards as you go along. And what you'll find is you're actually psychologically training yourself to enjoy the process of getting work done. Now, if you set yourself a huge target, ignoring my other tips, and you don't get 3 hours of coursework done in one go, or 3 hours of exam practice done in one go, and then you beat yourself up about it, you're not going to want to do it the next day. You're not going to be motivated to do that work the next day. But if you've set yourself a small achievable goal in a good environment, and you've hit that, you've made a few flashcards or done a mind map or whatever it is, and then you've rewarded yourself with, your favourite drink or your favourite snack, the next day, you've got that positive thing in your subconscious and you're more likely to do a little bit of work. And then a little bit of work turns into more work. Now, one thing I always say to my students is willpower and the ability to work hard is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So start by controlling your environment in step 1, setting small achievable tasks in step 2, and rewarding yourself regularly in step 3. Now guys, they're just 3 tips. I thought I'd keep today's video nice and bite-sized for you. I've got loads more tips I want to share with you. I want to make biology videos, GCSE videos, BTEC videos to help you with your studies. Exam season is fast approaching, and my goal here is to get you the grades you need. So if there's anything you need, anything you want help with, drop it in the comments and I will try my best to help you guys. So take care, and I will see you in the next one.